Katy Perry's bizarre date with Justin Trudeau, the scandal no one saw coming. Katy Perry is on tour. Justin Trudeau is freshly single. And somehow, in a twist no one had on their 2025 bingo card, these two wildly different public figures ended up on what appears to be a romantic dinner date in Montreal. That's right. Katy Perry, pop star, ex-fiancé of Orlando Bloom, and recent concert flop headline maker, was seen laughing and sipping cocktails across from none other than the former Prime Minister of Canada. And if that isn't enough of a plot twist, just wait until we dig into what really happened that night, the messy scandals that both of them have carried, and the bizarre legacy of the Trudeau family's love lives that could explain why this unlikely duo might not be so unlikely after all. Because this wasn't just a dinner. This was a political PR play, a potential rebound romance, and a scandalous echo of the past, all wrapped into one bougie night of lobster, cocktails, and paparazzi flashes. So how did we even get here? Let's break it all down. The site that broke the internet. It all started when a grainy video surfaced online showing Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau seated across from each other at a dimly lit table in a high-end Montreal restaurant called Le Violin. The place is known for its seasonal menus, locally sourced ingredients, and the kind of dishes that scream rich people trying to look humble. We're talking lobster tails, pigeon puff pastry, and cocktails named things like Maple Resistance and Ottawa Kiss. In the video, Katy leans in, smiling at Trudeau. He's speaking animatedly, gesturing with his hands, while a security guard hovers nearby. They're surrounded by the faint clinking of wine glasses and the low hum of whispers from other diners who definitely recognized the world-famous pop star and the former head of Canada. Now, some people claimed it looked more like a power networking dinner than a romantic date. But others pointed out the clear body language, Katy leaning in, Trudeau cracking smiles, them sharing several small plates, and both of them sipping cocktails. According to one source who was allegedly dining just 2 tables away, it felt very date-like. They weren't trying to hide. If anything, it felt like they wanted to be seen. But what really tipped people off? It wasn't just the chemistry, it was what happened after dinner. Because when the meal ended, instead of slipping out quietly, Katy and Justin reportedly walked into the kitchen to thank the chefs and staff personally. Some saw it as polite and classy. Others thought it was PR gold. Why else would the former Prime Minister and a global pop star need an entire security team for a casual dinner unless they were trying to make headlines? And that's exactly what happened. Within hours, TMZ had picked up the story. X, formerly Twitter, exploded. Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry dating trended across multiple countries. And Canadians? Well, they had thoughts. Canadians are not impressed. While some fans were living for this chaotic pairing, calling it iconic, peak 2025, and the energy this year deserves, others were, less enthusiastic. One Canadian tweeted, "She wants Canadian citizenship. He wants attention. Match made in hell." Another said, "If he paid for dinner, he did it with our taxes." But here's the wild part, this isn't just about a bizarre celebrity pairing. This is about 2 very controversial public figures with a history of scandal, and this date might be more calculated than we think. Because if you scratch just beneath the surface, both Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau have been desperately trying to rehab their public images. And what better way to do that than, together? Katy Perry's fall from grace. Let's rewind a little. Katy Perry's career isn't exactly at its peak right now. In fact, she's been making more headlines for falling, literally, than for performing. Just a few weeks ago, she made news after falling flat on her face mid-performance during her Arizona show. The clip went viral, not because fans were worried, but because the whole thing looked so chaotic. People started calling her concerts toddler at a wedding energy and joking that she's still adjusting to Earth's gravity. Then there's the fan backlash. Katy's recent tour has been widely criticized as weird, disjointed, and like watching a fever dream. And while her vocals are still strong, even longtime fans are asking, what is going on with Katy Perry? Add to that the recent very public split from Orlando Bloom, who's now partying across Europe with 20-something influencers, and it's clear, Katy is in her flop era. Or at least, trying desperately to escape it. There were even rumors that some tour dates were undersold, with multiple fans noticing sections being quietly blocked off or tickets being given away last minute. Some online critics have even accused her of trying too hard to stay weird, as if her quirkiness is now backfiring. It's a tough moment for someone who was once one of the most bankable pop stars in the world. So is this date with Justin Trudeau just a rebound, or a rebranding? Because if there's one thing a global pop star struggling with bad press needs, it's a high-profile, well-connected, politically powerful man to stand beside her, preferably with no Hollywood baggage. Enter, Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau's own PR crisis. Let's not forget, Justin Trudeau isn't exactly riding high in the polls either. He and his wife Sophie Gregoire split in 2023 after 18 years of marriage. And while the official statement called it an amicable separation, there were whispers of cheating, burnout, and scandal fatigue. Why? Because Justin Trudeau has been at the center of multiple controversies over the years, including repeated blackface incidents. That's right. Not one. Not two. Multiple. Photos and videos surfaced of Trudeau darkening his face at costume parties, school events, and even during his time as a teacher. He apologized, saying he didn't understand how offensive it was at the time. But many Canadians were not satisfied. And to this day, it remains a massive stain on his legacy. So let's put the pieces together. You have a disgraced pop star trying to stay relevant and recover from a public breakup. You have a former prime minister still reeling from scandals and divorce. And suddenly, they're dining together in the most high-profile way possible? This isn't just a date. This is mutual PR rehab, and they both know it. A family history of chaotic romances. But here's where it gets really weird. Because Justin Trudeau isn't just any politician. He's the son of Pierre Trudeau, another former Canadian Prime Minister, who also had a history of high-profile, scandalous relationships. Back in the 70s, Pierre dated none other than Barbra Streisand. The two were a tabloid sensation, and their whirlwind relationship made headlines around the world. Pierre was in his 50s. Barbra was 27. Sound familiar? But that's not all. Justin's mother, Margaret Trudeau, was known for her rebellious spirit and wild social life, including an alleged fling with Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. That's right. Justin's mom may have hooked up with rock royalty, while still married to his dad. Margaret once skipped her own anniversary party to party with the Stones until 5 a.m. She later said, "We smoked some dope and talked. It was a good night." When asked if she slept with Jagger, she never denied it. So maybe, just maybe, chaotic public relationships run in the family. And maybe Katy Perry, chaotic queen of her own, fits right into the Trudeau tradition. But is this really romantic? Of course, we can't say for sure this was a date. Some people insist it was just dinner. Maybe a political fundraiser. Maybe they're collaborating on a project. Maybe Justin's just a fan of Teenage Dream. But the body language, the cocktails, the private chef meet and greet, it all screams more than friends. Especially considering Katy's own dating history. This isn't the first time she's surprised fans with her romantic choices. Remember when she married Russell Brand after a whirlwind romance? Or when she started dating Orlando Bloom again after breaking up the first time? Katy's love life has always been unpredictable, and always headline-making. So this? This is exactly her speed. And for Justin? It might be his playbook, too. Are we watching a celebrity power grab? Here's a theory: what if this isn't romance, or even friendship, but strategy? Both of these public figures know how to play the media. Katy Perry's entire career has been shaped by visuals, headlines, and spectacle. Justin Trudeau, meanwhile, was practically raised in the spotlight. Their parents were cover stars, dinner party gossip, and global icons. Both of them grew up on camera. So maybe they know exactly what they're doing. Because when your public image is crumbling, sometimes you don't need a rebrand. You need someone else's brand. Katy brings pop stardom and American media buzz. Trudeau brings global political recognition. Put them together, and suddenly everyone's talking. This could be a new form of celebrity diplomacy, part rebound, part strategy, and part performance art. What happens now? Since that night in Montreal, both Katy and Justin have stayed suspiciously quiet. No reps have commented. No clarifications. No denials. But as the speculation grows, so does the buzz. Some fans are hoping they become the next political power couple. Others are cringing at the idea of Justin Trudeau trying to sing Roar at a campaign fundraiser. But maybe, for both of them, the point wasn't to start a real relationship. Maybe the point was just to look like they could. Because in Hollywood, and in politics, sometimes the illusion is more powerful than the truth. Especially when your careers are teetering on the edge. So what do you think? Is this a real romance, a one-time dinner, or a masterclass in media manipulation? Let me know in the comments, and if you're from Canada, I need your take on all this. Because when Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau start dating, anything can happen. And 2025 just keeps getting weirder.